Hi, Yins. How are you all doing today? I'm doing well. Happy November 2020. This is the 21st of November, and I'm here for an update. It's been about 5 or 6 weeks since I filmed video for you. I think I filmed the middle of October last time. I've had a lot of things going on in my work life, my personal life, and just haven't really had. I wanted to get to a point on something that I'm going to show you later that I could film again. So I've just been kind of holding off on filming. And while I've been at it, I've been doing an awful lot of crafting. I have started to post again on Instagram. So if you haven't had a chance to go check out my Instagram, go check it out. It is ginger.gerald.stitcher. And I have been posting there a little bit more than I didn't post like all spring, summer, and fall. And I just started again about a week or two ago. So go check that out. By the way, I'm Gerald, Ginger Gerald Stitcher. I think you would have known that if you clicked on my profile, but there you go. I introduced myself. So with that, I kind of feel kind of rusty because it's been a while since I've chatted with you all. But again, I'm posting on Instagram again. Go check that out. And as you can see, I am sitting here in my indoor garden / dining room today. I thought I'd set up a nice display here for you to look at while we show some stitching and knitting. And if you go check out my Instagram, you'll see one of my Christmas cacti. It's in the Christmas cactus family. It's actually a Thanksgiving cactus. I think all of my cacti are Thanksgiving cactus. And it was in bloom, the most blooms I've ever had on a white Christmas cactus, or I'm sorry, Thanksgiving cactus. So go check that out. It's kind of like on the downhill now, so I really don't want to have it in the video, but it's right over there in the living room. Anyways, so everything else is in bud, and I'm really looking forward to it to take off. And I even planted up here is my orchid cactus that I got from a fellow viewer / stitcher. So I'm looking forward to that taking off and doing well. Since I potted it in that pot, it's been doing an awesome job and growing faster than it ever had. So looking forward to hopefully getting some blooms. With that, I joined a CrossFit gym again. I've been there for about a month, and I really enjoy going to CrossFit. It's getting me out of the house a little bit more and getting me in better shape because I've not been in great shape this year. Thank you, COVID. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and get started on some things that I've been knitting on. So I have really been knitting a lot lately. I probably knit almost every day, at least a few rows on something. And predominantly that's what I have to show you, even though I have a whole lot of stitching as well. So first off, since the last time we chatted, I've knit 2 pairs of socks. So the first pair of socks I knit was this. This is a discontinued yarn from Knit Picks that I picked up. It was 250-gram balls, and I started knitting toe-up socks. And it's my absolute favorite way of knitting socks now. So I will probably do toe-up socks unless there's a specific pattern I want to stitch that is cuffed down. But here we go. This is my first pair of socks I've knit since I talked with you. It is a toe-up sock. I use the wrap and turn heel, not my favorite. I'll get to that in a minute. And I knit the entire 50-gram ball of yarn. I really liked it. So right away then I went ahead and knit the second. So I have a pair of socks for Christmas gift. So there we go. Pair 1. Because I'm out of routine, I feel like I'm going to feel like I'm talking super fast. Pair 2 that I went ahead and started knitting for myself, I used a Christmas gift of yarn that I got from my brother last year. And this is I don't know the colorway, but this is a ball of from Holst Garn. So he ordered this from Holst Garn in Europe. And again, I did toe up, but this time I used the German short row heel, and I like it so much better. It was much, much easier to knit, and I just think it looks better. Wrap and turn versus short row, or German short row. So with that, and I finished these today. So what happened was I had a few things I wanted to get done before I filmed. And so this morning I got up and I finished all 3 of the things. This is number 2 that I finished today. So I did these together. I kind of knit them at the same time. And so now I have a pair of socks for myself. And I tried them on, and they're my best fitting socks I've ever made. So I really like this pattern. And you're going to ask, what is the pattern, Gerald? It is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it is called the Trusty Toe Up Socks from Tanis Fiber Arts. Trusty Toe Up Socks. And then I followed a pattern or a tutorial on YouTube. That's what we're on right now, YouTube. I followed a pattern or a tutorial on YouTube for the German short row. So again, I knit in the last month. I've knit 2 pairs of socks. I use a number US 1 circular, and for the majority of the sock, and then for the toe and heel, I use US 1 double pointed needles. And my US 1s are Haya Sharps. So there we go. 2 pairs of socks. Very excited about that. I'll probably wear these today. Then last night, I kind of just didn't want to do much of anything while I was watching TV. I was kind of tired from a long day at work. So I decided to pull out my cotton, my 100% cotton yarns. And this is Crafter's Secret Cotton that I bought at Hobby Lobby. And this is the color Desert Gold. Desert Gold. So I bought this at Hobby Lobby, a year and a half ago, I don't know. It's been a while. And I decided that I was going to knit a dishcloth. So I wanted to just do something easy that I could not have to think a lot about. And guess what? I didn't know if I was going to like this yarn or not. I love the colors in it, but the color changes are pretty frequent. But here we go. So I knit I forget what the name of this pattern is. It's also free on Ravelry. But here is my dishcloth yarn, my dishcloth yarn. My dishcloth that I knit last night and today. This is just a simple back and forth. It's a 4-row repeat, and I really like the way this one turned out. I don't really use my dishcloths for dishcloths or face cloths. I use them to put under my plants as coasters or, to protect the furniture. So, and I like to change them out every once in a while because they do start to get musty, and then I can wash them. So I like to have a number on hand. I also use them as gifts. So this was quick and easy. Didn't take more than a few hours to knit. I'll probably be doing a few more before the end of the year, maybe for Christmas gifts. So that is basically what I knitted on this in the past month or so. I have been putting a bunch of rows in my Afghan or blanket, whatever you want to call it, that I've been working on for a while now, that I started over the summer. It's super long now. It's probably about 5 feet long. I want to make it as long as I am, so about 6 feet long. I have about 2 skeins of yarn left that I need to put into it, and then I do the border. But I did want to tell you The reason I really like toe-up socks now is that I get to use the entire ball of yarn and I don't have a whole lot of leftover. Usually when I knit a pair of socks, I always have like this much left over, and then it's like, what do you do with the yarn? So with the toe-up socks, this is all the yarn I have from both pairs of socks. Or I'm sorry, from both balls of yarn, and that's both combined. So not much there at all. So I really like that. It's usable and it uses up pretty much everything in the ball. All right, I've yammered on enough about knitting. So let's move on to cross stitch. I have a pile, people. I thought I had more knitting, but I actually think I have more cross stitch to show you. Right after I filmed last, I was like, I'm going to keep on working on London until it's done. Should have never said that on the video because it doesn't happen. I think that same day, I was like, I need to have something small to work on just to cleanse the palette, as one may say. So I pulled out my Fragments in Time. So Fragments in Time 2017 by Summer House Stitchworks. And I did number 4. So I have the first 4 done because I finished this in a day. And here is what it looks like. This is on 40 count mushroom linen from XG Designs, and here is what it looks like. So number 1, number 2, number 3, and then I did this one since I last filmed. So there it is. Number 4, 3, 1, and 2. Again, this is on 40 count mushroom 1/2. I did do my own color palette for this. Instead of buying the Gentle Arts threads that are called for, I went ahead and substituted out some ones that I've had. So basically Color and Cotton. I did use the one Gentle Art that's called for, which is Endive, because I had it from whenever I did my Independence haul, or I forget what that one's called, from Lila Studio. But then I use Color and Cotton, Succulent for the gray, Maritime for the blue, Dried Sage for the darker, Dried Sage for the brown. That's actually brown, people. I don't know why my camera's acting weird, because I have really good lighting today. Verbena for the green. So I guess maybe it has a, there, I guess that it's a little bit more brown now because of the green. And then I used Golden Mum for the yellow gold. Apparently I'm dropping everything today. So there we go. So I am halfway through those. I have 4 more to go. I'm just knitting on them whenever I want, you know, whenever I feel the need to work on something small. And I will make them into small pillows. I already have the background fabric picked out. This is a fat quarter of wool that I got from Yvonne, the Night Owl Stitcher. Then I had new start. So real quick, let's rehash the patterns that I have on the go right now. Currently have London, which I have not stitched on since I last filmed. That's a Thea Governor kit. I have my Summer House Stitch Works that I'm just working on as I feel I'm in no hurry to get that one done. And then I have Amsterdam, which is a Ava Rosenstand kit. I will be showing you that here in a little bit. Other than that, that is the only patterns I have on the go right now. I did have my Chatelaine started, but I have now decided to discontinue that, and I'm going to restart that again later. So I'm not counting that as a started project at this time. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to that. I really need to be in the mood to be working on something that's super confetti heavy, and I'm not at the moment. So I decided, what do I want to work on? I don't want to work on London, and I already worked on my Summer House Stitch Works. So let's start a new project. So after I worked on that, I decided I'm going to start a Riolis because I really enjoy working on the Riolis. And side note, I did fully finish my 2 Riolis kits that I had already done. My Snowy Owl and my Hedgehogs with Legion berries. And if you go to my Etsy, or not my Etsy, my Instagram, you can check out a picture of them hanging in my office. I don't have them here. They're in my office at work, and I've already had them hanging up. So go ahead and check that out on Instagram. With that, I decided to start a Riolis kit, and I decided to start my Bonsai Tree. So the Bonsai Tree, it is a Riolis kit. This is number 1037, and I think it's called With Compliments of Longevity is the actual title of this one. Side note, I am going to not stitch the green circle and the Japanese characters. I'm thinking those are Japanese. I really don't feel like they do much for the pattern, and I really just want it in my dining room. So I think it will look really nice with just the tree itself. So I went ahead, and the pattern is basically 2 halves of one big sheet of paper. So I stitched the bottom half of the pattern. This is probably what I'm going to get to next because I do want to get this done. It's a fairly quick stitch for me. So here is, and it is not ironed, so here is the bottom of the tree. Again, this is on 14 count white Aida, 2 over 1. And this uses the wool acrylic threads. So here is the color palette. Again, it's wool acrylic. It's acrylic wool blend. So that's, you can see the thickness there. I will say whenever I was stitching on this, because of the type of Aida that this is, I don't remember the other kits doing this, but my fingers were getting really, really sore from having to grab the needle and pull hard to get it to come through the fabric. So I needed to take a break on this. So I went ahead and did the bottom half of the pattern. I think there are just a few more spots here in the branches that I have to finish on this bottom half, but basically from here down is the bottom half, and then up above is all of the branches and the the rest of the trunk. So there we go. It's kind of crazy how just a few colors make the bottom look the way it does. I really love, I was skeptical with how the bottom was going to look. And then I looked back and I was like, wow, those rocks look really, really cool with this, with the browns of the trunk. So there we go. That is my a new start, soon to be new finish, I think. Maybe by the end of the year, we'll have to wait and see. Depends upon what I feel in the mood to stitch on. Right now it is not in the Q-snap, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it away carefully in my project bag. And then, then I pulled out Amsterdam. So here's what Amsterdam will look like when it is finished. It is an Ava Rosenstand kit. I absolutely love this project, and I had it for like 2 years before I started it. I absolutely hate stitching on it. All the threads. This is on a 30, I think it's a 30 count. White linen. But I'm not going to be able to find that right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. I think it's a 30 count white linen. Here is what I have done. Again, I absolutely hate working on it. And I think it's just because it's just really fiddly. It has a whole bunch of backstitch that I haven't even started on. So all I did was add the white that you can barely see because it's on white fabric. So I might have added 50 stitches and I put it away. I think I'm going to take it off the Q-snap and put it into timeout and not pull it out for a while. One day this will be finished and it'll look amazing, but the one day is not going to be 2020. Amsterdam. It's a shame because I really, really love it, but you know, there's just some projects that you absolutely love when it's finished, but you absolutely hate stitching them. This is one of them. For me. But we'll get there. So that's my Amsterdam. So because I didn't want to stitch on that anymore, guess what I did? I know, you're going to be like, Gerald, are you sick? No, I'm not sick. I started something new. So I decided I've been wanting to start this one again also for quite a while. So I went ahead and started my very first Teresa Wentzler. Teresa Wentzler, this is the Millennium design that she had put out for the year 2000. I bought this off of eBay whenever because it's no longer available. I think they only have, it's a kit. It's hard to find. So I went ahead and bought this whenever I could on eBay. I got it for a good deal. And I decided to go ahead and get started stitching on this. I know some people have recently been working on this, and the only reason I even knew about this was because I saw another FlossTuber, her finished design, and so I had to stitch this. I absolutely love the outer space part. I love the statues of the angels, and it's right up my alley of things to stitch. So again, the planets are all stitched 1/1 along with the faces of the angels or the guardians or whatever you want to call them. And then everything else is 2/2. So this is on a 28 count even weave. Go ahead and put this in here so I don't damage it. This is on 28 count even weave, and so far I've done 3 colors, and that's what it looks like. So I've done 3 blues, and unfortunately the one color I ran out of floss. So I pulled, luckily the pattern tells you what the DMC colors are, the numbers. So I was able to pull it out of my DMC, but I ran out of that too. So I have to go to Joann's and get another skein of floss. But I will do that in time. So that is what it looks like. So here's where the Earth will be, the moon. This is the comet. Saturn is up here. So that is so far what I have done. So right now I'm working on all of the blue until it is done. And then I'll probably do the 1/1 sections of the planets, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do from there. Again, this is 2/2 on 28 count even weave. Really, really like that. It's kind of like a mushroomy even weave. Looking forward to working on that some more. I really liked working on this one, other than the blues kind of got boring. But the blues were a nice change from all the browns of the realist tree. And that's what I've stitched on so far. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have already seen this, or maybe you haven't yet, so go check that out. I have a new release in my Etsy store. So my Etsy store is Ginger Gerald Designs, all one word. I will link it below. So again, this is my first release in about 2 years. So, and this has been a long awaited pattern I've been working on. So, and when I say working on it, I haven't been working on it every week. I started it about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Thanksgiving, I had the grand idea to do it. And then I've been working on it off and on ever since. So basically, I didn't work on it for a year, and then I pulled it out again, and I worked on it a little bit, and I started model stitching last year. And then about September, I think about September, I was like, no, I'm gonna get this done. And I model stitched the 3 designs. So these are a set of Christmas ornaments that you can find in my Etsy store. You can buy them individual patterns. There's 3 of them, or you can buy all 3 as one set for a little bit of a discounted price. So go ahead and check out my Etsy store. But here are the 3 designs. These are so basically the story behind these are that I saw a Christmas decoration at a garden center, and I really, really liked it because, again, keep in mind, I am all into architecture and architectural elements. So based off of that, I was like, this is going to be a great design for me to do because 1, it's right up my alley. And 2, for Christmas, I'm often having a hard time finding Christmas ornaments that I like. And so what inspired me with this set was that, you know how, and I'm sure this is the same in Europe, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but in America, we have during Christmas time, right after Thanksgiving, the downtown areas on the main streets will decorate their street lamps with Christmas designs or lights or wreaths or garlands. And so this is where that design style comes from. I always loved like driving downtown and seeing all the different decorations for Christmas. So here are my 3 old-fashioned street lamp Christmas ornaments. So we have number 1. I have to make sure I do them right. Number 1 is the ribbon. So just a basic ribbon. These use all DMC. As you can see, there's a sparkle in there because I used étoile. So there's étoile in the main lamp to give it that shiny metal looking, as well as the hue from the gas lamp area. So again, it's using étoile for these two, and then the decorations are done in a green and a red DMC. Very simple. You could even substitute everything out for your own hand-dyed threads that you have on hand. I like to make my patterns very accessible and easy and inexpensive. So again, this is using étoile. So this is my gas lamp. So basically the 3 gas lamps are the same and the decorations are what's different on each one. So number 1 is the red ribbon. Number 2 is the garland. So just a very basic green and red garland going down. And number 3, which seems to be the favorite on Instagram so far, is the wreath. I finished these using, I made my own cording with the Krynic cord maker. This is also using étoile for the cording. I really like it. As I was stitching on the cording, I decided to just do a basic twist in the cording to make the hook. I always use actual like Christmas tree hanging hooks on my trees. So I just made a simple small hook so then I can use the hook of, you know, the Christmas tree hook to put onto the tree. These won't go on I'll probably set these on a table beside my tree. My tree is decorated in bronzes and this wouldn't match, but I still like having the hook in case maybe I want to hang it on a hook on the wall or something like that. And then I used a navy, I think it's called navy bean velveteen from Lady Dot Creates. So just to give it that very old-fashioned design finish. So all 3 have the Lady Dot Creates and the étoile, or I'm sorry, the velveteen, and the étoile cording. So there are the 3 new designs in my Etsy store. I hope you like them. I love to hear the feedback in the comment section below. So they are up on the Etsy store now for the listings. Go check them out. Currently, I'm only offering printed patterns that I will mail to you. So down the road, I may release a PDF version, but right now it is just paper copy only. And there are the 3 designs. With that, I hope you all have a great week or a great time until I see you again. I forgot one thing. It is my 4-year anniversary on YouTube. So November 26th was the day I released my very first video in 2016. I'm coming up on 4 years here this Thanksgiving, this coming Thursday. So I'm really excited to still be here and still doing this. There's been many times where I've been like, nope, I'm done. But I always keep coming back. So again, thank you all for continuing to like, subscribe, watch my videos, comment. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. So thank you all very, very much. I will be back when I'm back. I don't know. I may do Flossmas. I don't know. It all depends upon what goes on with work and COVID and how hectic my life gets. But until then, if I don't film before then, I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're here in the United States, we have our Thanksgiving this coming Thursday. I will be celebrating with a friend here at home by just the 2 of us. And, you know, stay safe. Don't congregate. Wear your mask. And until I see you all again, thank you very much and have a great time stitching, crafting. And as always, don't forget to always be creative.